with my other two co-hosts, Brad and Dan. We're back again for episode 2. I hope you enjoyed episode 1. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and go follow back after you listen to this episode. Go check that one out. We had some really good topics talking about the Saints, LSU, and a surprise topic at the end. I'll let you catch that on the back. But today we got a great episode. You know, we are from Louisiana, so we're going to focus a little bit on the Saints. But we also are going to, dabble a little into fantasy football. It's coming up. That time of the year is coming up, so we're going to dabble a little into that. And at the end, we're going to stick NFL this entire show, and we're going to talk a little quarterback stuff. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and get this one started. All right. So first topic, Saints schedule. Where do we find out who they are? What do you think, Dan? I'll pull the schedule up right here so you have that.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, looking at this schedule, let me get the screen a little bit bigger right now. Looking at the schedule here, yeah, we can get a couple wins to start the season. Awesome. But probably, 2 tough games. But the first 3 weeks of the season, everybody's still trying to find their footing. Week 4, home game, Monday Night Football, primetime, division rival. You got to show up for. But week 4, I think week 4 through 7 are all teams that are all fighting around that 500 mark. Maybe a game or 2 less, a game or 2 more. The Saints hopefully are 2 games above 500, or closer to the 10 wins at the end of the year. A lot of these teams are fighting for that same spot. But I think weeks 4 through 7, we should really see who they are as a team. Teams that hopefully they should beat. I would love to see them go 4-0 in that stretch. But I think that's where we're going to find out, what this team's made of.
No, I mean, I'm kind of tracking on that. What about you, Brad? Where are you standing? Where are the Saints going to show us who they truly are for this upcoming 26 season?
I think that I agree with Dan on that point. I do have them on my personal thing to go to start the season 0-2, but like Dan said, up until our bye week, all of those games are very much winnable. I do think the Vikings might have a bounce back year. That's yet to see how that quarterback coach tandem gels on its first year around.
Yeah, no, you got it.
But I do agree with that. But the whole gauntlet, I think, to find out really if the team's legit or not, or to see what they're made of, is going to be in that 3-week gauntlet from 11 to 13 weeks, with 2 of those road games being up north, which the Saints have a cold weather thing, even though it shouldn't be too cold at that point of the season. But them cold northern teams, we don't seem to do very well in that. But all 3 of those teams are legit. They all are, quote unquote, playoff caliber teams, or they at least expected to be in the playoffs. So if we can do some damage in those 3 weeks and hang with the guns, or even possibly win a game or 2, I think that will show a big step in the direction that we need to head in.
Yeah. And sadly, I'm in agreement with both of y'all. Truly, if they start 0-2, I don't think the fans need to hit the panic button.
No.
If you got week 3, if you got Vegas week 3, you got the Vikings week 5, you have the Steelers week 7. I mean, out of those first group of games, those first 7 games, you should come out of that with at least 3 or 4 wins. Even if you start 0-2, there's still 3 to 4 wins there. If they somehow figure out how to win more than that during that stretch, it could be a special season. And by special, I just mean they'll make the playoffs for the first time in 5 years. But I agree. Week 11 to week 13 is going to be where this team is who they are. Going into that, if they're 5-7, if they going into that, or coming out of that, if they're 5-7, they're not out of it though. That's the thing. That 3-week period, even if they go 0-3, depending on how the first 9 games go, they still have a shot. Look at those last 5 games. You got 4 division opponents and probably the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah,
unless you think the Raiders are the worst team in the NFL. We played them in week 3, but yeah, I mean all 5 of those last games are winnable games. Division opponents, they're easily winnable.
Yeah, I agree. That last 5-week stretch is huge because it is basically all divisional games outside of the Cardinals. But I also think an 0-2 start is nothing to panic about because the next 5 games, 4 of them you have at home. And all of those teams, I hate to say it, but I'm going to say nobody expects any of those 5 teams to be any kind of super contender.
I'll say Paris isn't a home game, but it should feel like a home game.
Right. I mean, I know.
At least exactly. I hope it feels like a home game.
Yeah,
Steelers travel, but
they do travel.
But the whole point of the whole point of Paris for the Saints is that they are supposed to be their home away.
And there's already some
European
fans
country
over there. I think that the Saints have a decent following in France. I don't necessarily Paris, but the team's gone over there. Already made
I feel like the Pittsburgh franchise is in shambles right now. They got coaching changes, which for them only happens once every 30 years. It seems like.
Yeah, I know.
And then old quarterback on the verge of basically hanging it up. Just I don't expect the Steelers to be great, but it is Aaron Rodgers. He could literally drop 5 TDs on us. Yeah, so
he'll throw 115. That's it.
That's right.
Yeah, and it's week 7, so it's early in the season. He's not going to be beaten down. He is going into he's 41 now.
He's
40 or 41.
Yeah,
42. So going into week 7, he should be a little bit fresh still. So that is going to be a pretty key game there, which actually leads me into my next question. Oh, go ahead. I'll hit that first. You hit that first.
Well, no. The only other thing I was going to touch on is, I still think that with us being as young as we are and Shuck and Kellen Moore only really having like a half season under their belt, I think it still gives us like that unpredictable factor, meaning whenever you get like a rookie QB, they got flash in the pan because nobody has like a bunch of film on them. So I think that that plays to our advantage in certain points. So
yeah, no, I agree with that. So which game on this schedule can change the narrative of how the season's going?
There's a week 3. If you don't show up, even if you start 0-2, if you fall flat on your face against the Raiders at home, that's a bad look. It's too early to say that's definitive of how they're going to look for the season, but you're going to lose a lot of faith by just if you fall flat on your face against it. If you lose against the Raiders in a good game, so what? It's not the end of the world. Yeah. But if you fall flat there, that's bad. That's tough. I feel like the Monday Night Football against the Falcons that's
going to be big. I hate to say it. It's not like it's 2 good teams, but as far as fan base goes, New Orleans fan base goes, if you fall flat on your face and get your ass whooped on Monday night,
Tyler Shuck already lost to him twice.
Yeah,
he hasn't started many games, but he's already 0-2 against the Falcons. You want to get that win. You want to get your fan base on your back, behind you, and the fans love them. It's not like if you that game. But that's, again, someone that you're hoping to beat that's, a division rival, but it's not like they're supposed to be bad. They're fighting for the division title. You just want to show them that you're better. They're on your home turf. Go out there. They're looking to beat your ass down. Like you got to show up. I think that could change the narrative. As much as, week 3, you don't want to show up flat. First 2 weeks of the season, you kind of can go playing sloppy, but this is week 4, a team that you should be able to get up for. You got to get up for it. You got to show up and play well.
Can't be sloppy. And that game is a big game also because it is the 20th anniversary of the Dome coming. So it's been 20 years since that first game back in the Dome. They lost the 2016 one to the Falcons in a pretty embarrassing moment on Monday Night Football. It was not a full blowout, but it was definitely creeping toward one. You can't fall on your face again on that type of emotional night. It's on Monday Night Football. ESPN is going to be talking about that all week leading up to it because that was one of their primetime games. That was one of their big moments in the history of ESPN. So the eyeballs are going to be there. And if you're 0-3 going into that game, there's going to be pressure. Because all week it's not just going to be talking about, it's the Dome coming. It's, Steve Gleason, block kick. It's going to be, this team is failing. What is going on? Is Shuck it? Yeah.
Why'd they go get Tyson in the first round? They should have got somebody else.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
a lot of talking points.
You got to do something those first 3 games to at least make that game focus the narrative on something different other than winning and losing.
And it's very possible we split them first two. I mean, those two teams are not what they used to be 3 to 4 years ago. I mean, the NFC at 2 or 3 years ago ran through Detroit is what everybody felt like. And then the same thing with Baltimore, new coaching.
Yeah.
Lamar has not looked like MVP caliber Lamar the past couple of years. So it's very possible they split them two. If they split them two, that's a big win in my opinion.
100%. And not to be a homer, but they could also win both. They really can. Yeah.
They could.
They're winnable
both
games.
Of those teams are down. So
those teams, they both missed the playoffs last year. They too good to miss the playoffs, but
it's very possible
you can beat them.
Yeah, if they split them first two, or even like you said on the high side, win them first two, it's very possible they go into the bye week 5-2, which would be huge.
Yes, especially after we talk about the 3-week gauntlet later in that spread. That would just buffer the fact of you can give those 3 games up and still have everything you want to play for in front of you.
Exactly.
Which is important.
So I agree 100%.
What loss on the calendar currently would be devastating?
Coming out of the bye, Cleveland coming in town. We don't know who their quarterback's going to be. You don't want to lose on week 4, but coming out of the bye week, you're coming back from Paris. You hope that's a win. It's the first game in France. You have your bye week. You're hosting the Browns, who you're not going to say are tanking, and Deshaun could bounce back. Shedeur could take a step up. You don't really know what's going on, but they traded away Garrett. They're a team that's hoping to get a good draft pick. You come out of your bye week and lose to the Browns. Again, the Browns have a good defense despite losing Garrett. That's not going to be an easy game, but the ownership doesn't want to win. The players want to win. The ownership does not want to win. They're not going to put their team in a position to be as good as possible. But coming off your bye week and losing at home to the Browns, that is, could be a momentum killer. Even if you win in Paris or lose in Paris, getting your bye week, coming home to play, and then that'd just be a bad way to start the second half of the season.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that, but I was going to say the one after that. I was going to say that Panthers game, because if you lose that Panthers game, that could be a 4-game losing streak.
Yeah. That's a very valid point. And it also puts a ton of pressure on that Week 14 game because if you get swept by the Panthers, I'm not saying the Panthers are going to win the division, but they did win it last year. And if you get swept by them this year and they're actually a decent team, that may hurt you.
Oh, yeah.
It may hurt your goals.
It's very possible if we lose that Week 10 game, you lose 4 straight, and then you have to go 4-1 to possibly reach 9 or 10 wins if everything falls how we think it might. So I think that's a big one.
Yeah.
I'll buy that.
Yeah. No, I actually agree with you, Brad. That's actually where I was heading toward is that Week 10 game is a pivotal game in the season because of it's the game ahead of the gauntlet. That's a game you want to win because if you win that game, you give yourself all the momentum. You may be at that point, depending on how the schedule flows in the beginning, you may have 5, 6 wins heading into that 3-week gauntlet. It could give you momentum to maybe steal one of those games. Maybe you steal the Bengals game. You could steal the Bears game. I'm not high on Caleb Williams. We talked a little about him in the last episode. Personally, I'm just not high on him. I don't think he's a top 15 NFL quarterback.
No, that's a lot. That's a big incentive game.
So,
you got our old head coach, defensive coordinator, is their defensive coordinator. I'm sure nobody likes to say it because they like to be professional, but everybody wants to perform against the people that gave up on him, or however you want to word it. Mm-hmm. So he'll be coming for a rookie guy who basically took his job, Kellen Moore, and a young and basically rookie quarterback. So he's going to send the kitchen sink at him. So
I know he had Rattler spinning in the game last year. That first half was god awful, to the point to which Saints Twitter was calling for Rattler to be benched.
Oh yeah,
he wasn't, but
you got YouTube warriors out there.
You got your Twitter fingers.
That's right,
running hard.
Exactly.
But yeah, so we're gonna, obviously, as we progress through these episodes, we're gonna get to our individual Saints predictions for the schedule and stuff like that. But this is a good talking point here, and hopefully we have a great season with that. Any last words on where we find out who they are before we move on to the next topic?
I don't think so. They can go either way. I think we're all expecting them to be a 500-ish ball club. Obviously, us being fans, we're a little biased, so we're hoping a little bit better than that. But nobody has a division on lockdown, so it's open game.
Let's head on to our second topic. So we're going to stick with football, but we're going to go into a topic that we have not discussed yet on this show. Fantasy football. And it's something that we will discuss when we get close to the season. We're probably going to have recurring segments. But we do want to hit this one up. This is an interesting one. There's a lot of hot takes here, and there's a lot of disagreement. Draft him or fade him?
Throw his ass in the trash.
All right, Dan.
Oh, start with me.
Who you drafted? Yep, start with you. Who you drafted?
I'm looking at two guys. One's already ranked a little bit higher, closer to the top 10. Some people may not think he belongs there, but I'm drafting AJ Brown for sure. Around that wide receiver 9, 10, 11 range. Falling out of the top 10 overall, probably. But Drake May did a lot with Stephon Diggs last year. Stephon Diggs older. Didn't do as much with the Texans before coming back over there. AJ, liked by the coaching staff. That's why they went out and got him. They traded, they wanted him there. They traded for him, gave up some draft capital. I think he's going to see a lot of targets. Huh?
No, go ahead. I have to get in my Diana Rossini joke. 2 episodes in a row.
Gotcha. Yeah, but I think AJ is going to be targeted a lot. He's going to get some touchdowns. I mean, he's a tough guy to guard. Despite what happened in Philly, and even in Philly, good receiver. And speaking of Philly, the other guy that I'm not fading, ranked a little bit lower, Devonta Smith. I think he has a really good chance. And I'm not a biggest Jalen Hurts fan, but I think he's going to be really, really good. Where does he ranked at? I just saw him over here on my list. Wide receiver 13. Probably going late second, early third in your drafts. But not a guy that I want to pass up on. They got some other running backs in that area. But like Rashee Rice, despite all his stuff, even if Rashee Rice had nothing wrong with him, I'm taking Devonta Smith over him.
I agree with that.
Other receivers in the area, Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson, I'm fading.
Garrett Wilson's been forgotten about.
Literally. I am fading Garrett Wilson. That
He
was
doesn't
my
have a
fade. I
quarterback.
realized he's ranked, wide receiver 14, 13, 14, 15. Same area as Devonta Smith. I am baiting Garrett Wilson. I don't like that offense. A lot of mouths to feed in it. I like Brees Hall. I don't see how he gets enough work. And people talk about, Jalen Hurts throwing to Devonta Smith. Geno Smith throwing to Garrett Wilson.
Whoever's on the field.
Give me Smith. Smith is a legitimate wide receiver 1. Sorry, Garrett Wilson's not it. I'm taking Smith, probably around like wide receiver 10, 11.
Damn.
Wide receiver 10. You think he's
Damn.
going to crack the top 10 because A.J. Brown is gone. That's shocking, I'll tell you.
Damn.
With Jalen Hurts as his quarterback. The dude doesn't
Even
throw
with
past
Jalen
10
Hurts
yards.
as his quarterback. How many studs are out there right now?
None. That's why every defender is going to be bracketing Devontae.
Not even on the offense. I meant in general. What stud wide receivers? You go look at that list. I mean, let's hear your fades and studs and who you're drafting.
Well, yeah, I'll take my stud right now. And honestly, the guy I would go after is T. Higgins. And it's mainly because of value. I get it. Jamar Chase is on that team. He is probably going to end up being, as always, a top 8 wide receiver in fantasy. I know there's been some years. Last year was not as great, but he's usually in that top half. But I think T, he got paid. I would pick him over a lot of other guys. I'd pick him over some bona fide number 1 receivers on teams. DK. Like I'm not buying DK. I'm sorry,
Ever.
I'm not. Yes.
Not even with a coupon. Not even
Scary
I
Terry.
think Mike.
I'm staying away
Pittman
from
might-
him. I'd rather T. Higgins than McLaurin.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll buy. I can agree with you on that. I love T. Higgins. I always try and get him. He's awesome.
I know. You got Joe Burrow, who I know he hurt his hand last year, his wrist, but Joe Burrow is still a top 5, 8 quarterback in the NFL. We can argue with that at another time.
yeah.
Maybe sometime in this episode we may argue it, but I think T is the one to go after. He's ranked wide receiver 19 right now. That's around pick 38 in your drafts. It's just a spot where there's gonna still be number 1s on the board, but why not go get the best number 2?
Yeah.
All right, Brad.
He's throwing shade at Pickens. But
Pickens. That's fair. That's actually a good point. They fall in the same category. Pickens and Higgins, they really do. If Higgins was on his own team, he would be a number 1 receiver.
Oh yeah, everybody knows that, and he don't have that attitude.
And same with Pickens. When he eventually
He was a
gets
number
to
1,
his
and what
own-
did he do?
Well, he got in a fight.
He
with
was
his
better
coach.
as a number 2. He could be a number 1. That's all. I'll say
Yeah,
about
you see,
Pickens.
yeah. Well, that's what happens when you get freaking top dog coverage. A la Devonta Smith over there.
Oh!
All right, let's hear it.
All right,
All right,
so
Brad.
my buy is Omarion Hampton. And the reason for that is he's got a new offensive coordinator whose back seemed to finish in the top 5 every year he was here, even when the team was straight up dog shit. And
That
then
is fair.
also Omarion Hampton was missing his 2 starting left tackles last year and was still pretty productive. So I think right now, from most ones I've seen, they've had Hampton ranked around the 9-10 RB range. I think it's very good possibility he could finish RB1. But I just think that offense is going to be moving the ball more. Jim Harbaugh likes to pound it, and I think Hampton's a better build, and I think he's better build and more equipped to take the full running back load than say Devon Achane was, who you got to compare him to. Yes, exactly. So that's my buy. My sell is James Cook. I think he's going to hit the wall this year. I'm not saying he's going to fall off the face of the earth, but I think the past 2 years or whatever, he's averaged like 12 TDs or something, 12 to 15 touchdowns. I don't think he repeats it for another year in a row. He lost the guard. I just don't. I don't see it. They, in my opinion, he is a good back, but they have games and stuff where he doesn't get 25 touches, which I never understood why. But I just think he's at that age where he's had the usage. I don't know. Something don't do it right for me for James Cook this year. And I own him in one of my leagues that I compete very highly in. So I'm torn on what to do with him right now. But I think that I need to get rid of him. For some reason, they're telling me to get rid of him this year.
Yeah, the gut does say that his age, he's cresting up there, right? He's 20, 29.
I think no.
28?
I think he's 27. I think he's 26 or 7. So I don't think he's that old, but I think the usage.
He'll be 20. He's 26. He'll be 27 in September.
I think the usage is different. They got a new coach in, so I don't know. It
was
running backs. Well, no, I know, but I mean, it seems like I don't know. You know, there were games and times where, you know, if you ever watch some of the Bills games, there were times where the game was on the line. You know, they need to make a third down or a big play, and sometimes he wasn't even in the game. So it's like I don't know how they view him. For how good he is or how productive he's been fantasy wise past couple of years, it doesn't seem like they use him as he's in the game no matter what type of back, which kind of confused me. But I do think his production's been a lot of touchdown dependency the past couple of years.
Yeah. I mean, I pulled his stats up here, and you're 100% correct. I mean, 2024, 207 attempts, 1,000 yards, 16 touchdowns. That's just rushing. Last year, and this is a good sell, man. I really think you picked a really good one, actually, because 309 attempts. How many running backs hit that 300 attempt mark and actually are productive the next year that are not named Derrick Henry?
Yeah, and he's on he's on the smaller build side as far as like thickness. I think he might be 200 pounds or right under it. I just don't think that's, like you said, the year before, like you said, 2024, he only had 200 carries or right above 200 carries.
Yeah.
To have 1,000 yards and 16 touchdowns on 200 carries, that's very rare. So
yes.
I don't think that he's going to repeat that kind of production again. I can still see him breaking 1,000. I don't see him being in that 15 touchdown range, especially with how much Josh Allen likes to take over inside the red zone himself. So he's always been fighting that too. So
and last year he got 1,600 yards and 12 touchdowns rushing. So that was a good one. I'm going to stick in the running back realm. And I'm going to go with a player that I personally was very high on coming out of college. You know, I'm in a bunch of dynasty leagues. I have him in multiple leagues. But this last year, it's time to sell on him, and that's Bucky Irving. That injury, I don't know what it is, what's going on, but he is not himself. He's not able to play. There's rumors swirling in the offseason that he might not even be ready for week 1. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he'll show up week 1 and he might have a good season, but I'm selling him for redraft definitely. And if you have him in Dynasty, honestly, now would be the time to get out on him if you even can still, because of the rumors swirling. A lot of people are starting to get aware of that, and they're not really biting hard on any trades with him. I mean, I was getting very, very bad offers for Bucky. I was trying to offload him last year, and he's just not it. They brought in Kenneth Gainwell. Kenneth Gainwell is known to steal vulture touchdowns. They already had the vulture himself, Sean. Rashad. No, not Rashad. He blew the Saints up.
Sean Tucker.
Yeah.
Tucker. Taylor went in my head. I'm like, it's not Sean Taylor. They have Sean Tucker, who is already stealing touchdowns from people and yards. So that backfield, I want to stay away. And honestly, that entire Tampa team, that Tampa offense, I'd stay away from it. They're just on a downtrend. That team's just not going to be that good this year offensively.
I agree.
I did want to touch on one more person while I was looking at our list over here. Just very quickly, what are you doing with Jalen Waddle around the 3-4 turn? You looking to get him? You looking to avoid him?
He's an interesting one because
Going to Denver? He's
yeah,
got rushing aids.
Sean paid a lot for him.
I love him. I like him better than Garrett Wilson. I think Garrett Wilson's like
yeah, I agree.
eight
That
or
wide
nine,
receiver room,
like 8 or 9 receivers higher ranked. I just, and I know every list is different.
yeah.
I was just kind of looking around, like, wait, Waddle's this low on this list? That's one. I like him a lot. I'm more of selling Garrett Wilson here, but I was shocked to see Jalen Waddle ranked so low.
I see 90, 1,208.
Wow, you think Sean's actually going to target him like that? Well, how many targets? So 90 catches, but how many targets is he getting?
Well, I think 90, 1,208 because
I don't want to get too far. I'm just very curious.
No, but I mean, you said you brought it up, so I'm thinking about it. I mean, Cortland Sutton is still their possession receiver, and he's going to get a bulk of the red zone targets on that. I view Jalen Waddle, being Saints fans, obviously we know how Sean Payton's offensive works and his scheming, but I was thinking at first of Lance Moore, but I'm like, no, that's not really much. So I'm leaning more of Brandon Cooks. So that's how I view him. Sean's never had like a receiver with huge yardage outside of Michael Thomas, obviously. So yeah. I think that it's going to be that 90-ish catch mark because he is a big play guy. 90-ish catch mark, that 1,200-ish yard range, and like I said, probably 8 touchdowns or so. That's how.
That was a good one, Dan. That was a good.
I was just shocked to see him ranked so much lower than I had expected. I just wanted to bring him up real quick.
Yeah, he probably finished better than Devonta
honorary
Smith.
member.
All right. Before we wrap this topic up, we're gonna rapid fire here. All right. So I'm gonna throw up a consensus top 10 fantasy rankings right now as of July. We are in July here. We're going to see what everybody thinks here. So we'll start at the bottom. So Devon Achane, buy or sell?
Sell.
I'm sell there too. CD?
Buy.
I just bought, but sell.
I'm buying.
I bought him in Dynasty, but selling him. I'm selling him.
Yeah, I'm torn on CD, to be honest. That offense under the new head coach is just not good, but
You're not being very rapid.
All right, Jonathan Taylor.
Sell.
Buy.
Sell.
Offense ain't good enough right now.
Amon-Ra's buy. Too consistent.
Buy.
Yeah, too consistent.
That's a buy, 100%. McCaffrey.
Sell cheap and quick, fast, whatever you can get.
Redraft, buy. You can't bank on injuries if he's there.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Are we talking redraft? We talking obviously
redraft.
There's nothing.
I was talking redraft for this.
Redraft.
Okay,
you can't bank on injury.
I'll still sell. It's coming sooner or later.
I'm selling because he didn't get hurt last year to sell. He's getting hurt
every other year.
He's due.
He's due. JSN.
Buy.
Oh, he's so good. I'm selling.
It's a buy.
Is that? Are you selling because of Darnold, or are you selling because of him?
Darnold.
Okay, because I'm selling.
That's not a good reason. That's not a good reason.
Yeah, but y'all say sell. He could still go for 1,310 TDs and 110 catches, and it's just.
That's what I'm saying. 10. I don't think Darnold's going to have that kind of season this year. I think he's going to become the pumpkin he is, and JSN's going to fall back out of the top 10.
I mean, Darnold played decent last year, but I don't think it was nothing. I mean, yes, they won the Super Bowl, but it wasn't like he set the QB world on fire. It wasn't like he set the freaking quarterback world on fire. And he still was almost triple.
Other receiver. I agree, he's a buy, but I gotta sell. I don't know. Gut, man, we're going gut. Rapid fire, sell.
Puka.
Your gut's been screwed up. Let's see.
You're right. Puka, buy.
Puka's a buy. Stafford's too good.
100% buy. 100% buy. Jamar Chase.
That's
I'm not letting him go.
go.
I'm strapped to him.
No, I'm by there.
He's mine.
Bijan.
Bijan's a buy. He could get close to
He's
400
buy.
touches.
Gibbs.
That's always
Buy.
a buy. Gibbs is one of those players that can get you 30 points and touch the ball 10 times.
I'm selling Gibbs as the number one pick.
Oh, you're
As the number-
ridiculous.
as the
You're
number one
As the
Ridiculous.
number one pick.
Well, yeah,
if he's
Bijan
there
above him.
at-
Everybody's saying
Yes.
Bijan. No,
Yes,
absolutely.
Bijan
Okay,
above him. Oh, 100%.
good. Let me be number 2 in our redraft league. You can have the number 1 pick. You take Bijan. I'll take Gibbs.
I'll probably take Gibbs no more than
You would take Gibbs. I know you take Gibbs. Bullshit, you're selling him.
But I am selling him at number 1. I really am because
The league is turning back. Running backs are now like at the top
Yes.
again, man. It was a
I know.
long wide receiver drop.
Everybody thought that, though. Look at Jamar. Look what Jamar did. Just saying.
Oh, I know.
it's true.
Superflex League, Jamar. Always go Jamar. Bye, Jamar.
Last topic of the night. Who are you choosing as your NFL quarterback if you had to start a franchise? Brad.
For me, it's Joe Burrow. You know, everybody's gonna say, "Oh, the Louisiana guys pick Burrow," but I think he's the best. I think he's the best quarterback. Given everybody's in the same situation, I think he's the best quarterback. I think he processes the field just as good, or if not the best in the league. Accuracy wise, I think he's great. He's still young enough to where you'd have him in today's day and age for at least 10 years, even though he's probably close to 30 right now, or he might be 30, whatever. But I think that he is the best all-around guy, whether, you're looking at, accuracy, arm talent, process of the field, progression through reads. He's one of them guys where you can lack in certain other areas of your team, and he's still good enough to get you over the hump. Usually most teams know that if you're going to go play the Bengals, you're going to have to drop 28 points to make sure you win. So I think he's got that kind of firepower. So that's my reason for picking him. Also, I think that it says a lot when he took a franchise who was literally a joke for a lot of years, and they went to the Super Bowl his second year, and he had like the worst offensive line play collectively over like the last 5 years or whatever it's been. So I think that speaks a lot to him, but that's just the way I think about it.
That's a fair pick. He's a talented quarterback. He's got every receiver he's ever wanted. He just doesn't have an offensive line, and he has a terrible running back.
He does not have a terrible running back. You take that back right now.
He has a average running back.
He's got a great flipping running back.
His running back benefits from the receivers on his team.
Yes, there you go.
As a team should function, everybody's part of the team. The team's good. The running back's good. Team looks
Exactly.
bad, your running
So
back
you
looks bad.
Exactly. So you could go suit up and freaking probably catch 50 passes in a
Has
year.
Derrick Henry looked good on a bad team? No, Derrick Henry hasn't had a bad team. Now there has
He
Chase
played
Brown.
for
Chase Brown's
Tennessee for
great.
like 5 years. He
They went to
definitely
the
looked good on a
AFC
bad
Championship
team.
multiple times, or at least one time. They were a playoff team. All right.
Yeah, Derrick Henry was so good he took a
This is
wide
a quarterback
receiver as his
topic, not a
quarterback for
Chase
the
Brown's
championship.
bad topic. Chase Brown's great.
All right, well then, Dan, who's your quarterback? Unless you had something else,
Drake May.
Brad.
No, I don't. I just shit on Dan's ideas. That's all. Shit on Dan's ideas.
I like the
Drake
idea
May.
of you don't need a quarterback for 20 years. If you're looking to build a quarterback, if you have a good team for 10 years, you go with it. So yeah, Joe Burrow's not a bad pick at all. But I like Drake May in the fact that he's a little bit younger. We haven't seen his peak yet, but so far he's already led the team to the Super Bowl. He has a good defense. He has a good coach. But this team was bad the year before. He already showed we can do with an aging Stephon Diggs, Kayshon Boutte. Now he has A.J. Brown. We'll see what he does with him. But like he's already shown so much in a short period of time. Yeah, Joe Burrow is better, and maybe Drake May doesn't hit that peak, but I think he could. But he also gives you more with his legs. And people compare him like, oh, he's like a mini Josh Allen. I don't know if he's going to be that. But if he can use his legs, if he can use his arms, he can use his brain, he's already shown he can lead a team to Super Bowl heights. They didn't win. No one really expected them to win. But he took them there in year 2, and they were bad year 1. I just think he's such a good quarterback. He has, the sky's the limit for his potential. If we have him for 20 years, awesome. But if you get 10 really good years, and again, maybe Burrow is better, maybe Lamar is better in their highest of highs. And you have probably Pat Mahomes for another 10 years, and let's say he comes back fully healthy. Maybe Drake May doesn't get there, but maybe he does. And I think he could. So that's why I'm going Drake May. I just think he offers so much potential, and it's not like it's just potential. He's already shown some of that. So even if it caps off just a little bit higher, I think he's too good to pass up on.
I know he's 23. I mean, that right there, the fact that he drug a team in his second year at 23 to the Super Bowl, he's done more than my pick, I should say. So
he did drag a team to the Super Bowl playing against somebody's backup in the championship game. I'm not trying to throw shade.
He had we talked a little bit about this last week, but he definitely had the easiest route to the Super Bowl last year.
Oh,
but it doesn't discredit that he did.
You still have to go win the games.
Yes.
And he showed he could win games.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I think I like him. I just had to fuck with you.
All good. I appreciate it. Don't fuck with Chase Brown. I'm not even a Bengals fan, by the way. I'm just letting y'all know. Not a Bengals fan. I do like Joe Burrow. I like Higgins. I like Jamar. I like Chase Brown. I'm sorry. I just like them all. They're all great. Continue.
Yeah, I'm sticking in the AFC East here. I'm going Josh Allen. I can't pass him up. I know he's the best quarterback in the NFL right now. He has not been able to get his team over that hump. Is that a lack of him? Is that the head coach? I mean, the head coach got fired. The organization felt as though it was not their quarterback. It was their head coach.
Coach always gets fired.
They fired him.
That's how the OC.
But, I mean, he's got everything you want out of a quarterback in this game today. He can run the ball. He has an elite arm. Durability has been there consistently with him. I mean,
true.
He's there for you. And, coming out of Wyoming, he was a nobody. But he really has proven to be he is a number one quarterback in the NFL. Mahomes has fallen off. I think Mahomes has peaked. I don't want to say he's gone forever because, a lot of people said that about Tom Brady after he peaked in the 2000s. And then as the mid 2010s showed up, he flashed back toward the end and went back and got another 3 rings. So Mahomes can easily do that again, but I just think Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL, and that's who I would pick to start a franchise with.
Yeah, that's
fair, completely fair.
They never try. Well, I hate to say they never, but it's like he's never been given bona fide help. Yes, he had Diggs when Diggs was in his prime, which I get that too. But I guess Diggs was a little bit of a cancer, I guess you could say, in the locker room at one point. But ever since then, yeah, like you were saying, is Josh the reason why his team's never gotten over the hump? I don't think so, because they've asked him to play Superman.
He doesn't need anybody to help him. Like he's already had James Cook. James Cook has been the biggest help for him on offense. I know you talked about him earlier, fading him. He's been what he needed on offense. What he needs help is on defense. He needs whether it's
that was supposed to be McDermott's specialty.
Better play calling. He's done everything it can ask him of on offense. It's the defensive side. He is Superman. Like, he's fantastic. So you're definitely not wrong there. And if he had someone better on offense, I mean, he could be even scarier. So you're not wrong in saying that you'd want to start a franchise with him. I'm just hoping Drake May can get to that point, if not higher.
Yeah.
Dalton Kincaid needs to step up to be the matchup problem they thought he was going to be.
That is correct. That he has been a disappointment from a dynasty perspective and from a fantasy football perspective and from a real football perspective.
He's been
That dude is
perfectly
just-
fine as a football player.
Oh,
that's
shut
not-
up.
You didn't
That
draft
is-
him to be
yeah,
perfectly
that-
fine. No, you wasted too high of a pick for him to be perfectly
Yeah.
fine. You're excited. If you're a regular team and you got him as a 4th-round pick, you're excited that he's your tight end.
Yes.
You wasted, what, a high second on him? Late first? I
Yep.
can't remember.
I think it was a high second.
Yeah, just
It was
Yeah,
his.
you're
It was
expecting-
his. It was his receiving spot for the taking, though. That's like they brought him in.
yeah, you want him to be your Brock Bowers. Like, he's
Yeah.
going to be your number 1 receiver.
Late first,
Yeah,
25th overall. You're right.
Yeah.
At 25th overall, his career stat line right now, 41 games played, 156 receptions, 1,600 yards, 9 touchdowns. 5 of those of 9 have come last year. That is just
can't-
awful for a 3-year career.
yes.
He can't shake off Dawson Knox. He hasn't done enough to, like, again, you're happy with him. If he's just your tight end that's rolling in there, cool. He's not a bad tight end, but you draft him in the first round. He should not
If
be
you draft-
fighting for snaps with Dawson Knox.
If you draft a tight end that high, they're trying to view him, or they see him as possibly being a number 1 receiving option,
Yes.
and he has not been anything close to that.
No.
Yep.
Again, all to your
Which
point
just
about
proves that
Josh
Josh
Allen
Allen's
starting.
even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because he's playing with a team that has no target.
Well-
I mean, his receivers have always been terrible.
That's why I hate when, like, all these people like get on the Josh Allen train, like, oh, he can't get this team over the hump, but then they like praise Lamar, so it's like whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. It would be interesting to see him have another bona fide receiving weapon again, to see how, if that is the missing link. But I do agree with you, Dan, on the defensive part.
They need to start Josh Allen at middle linebacker as well. I don't know what else to do. 13 seconds ain't his fault. Maybe he was out there playing. Maybe put him at safety. Just free safety. Let him just go knock some balls down. You may have some better
All right.
success.
Curveball question here.
All right.
Would you keep your quarterback on a fully guaranteed $60 million per year deal as your starting franchise quarterback, or would you choose Caleb Williams on a rookie contract as your franchise starting quarterback?
What team do I have?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're starting with a brand new team with the current NFL salary cap. You can keep your quarterback you just chose, but he's getting $60 million guaranteed.
Yeah,
for 5 years.
what's the cap?
Right now, I
300?
think it's
Right around 300, huh?
current NFL cap. No, I don't think it's that high.
Didn't it I thought it got real close to it this year.
It did. It did crest over 300. I thought it was at 290 something, but it's 301.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
300.
So, yeah.
Do
Or
you
Caleb
get
Williams. Or Caleb Williams on a rookie contract for you. So you have him for 5 years. Four locked in, and then you can do the 5th-year option.
This is a tough question, man, because
Get
everybody
a
tries to
starting quarterback.
everybody tries to win with their
The quarterback
QBs
would
on a
have
rookie
20% of
contract.
your salary
Yeah,
cap.
Can I just go sign? Just
Nope,
the
that's not the
best
question.
O line and the best running back right now. Oh, crap! Give me Drake May.
yeah, I agree.
I don't know if I
think
can trust Caleb.
I think I'm taking Burrow. Reason being, now that I think about it, is the Josh Allens, and I know Burrow's tough because he's got weapons. I think as far as Caleb goes, Caleb needs a roster to compete. In my personal opinion, Caleb needs a roster to compete, and I think those guys. And when I say roster, I mean complete roster. Like Caleb has weapons. They have defense that took the ball away a ton last year, led the league. The other quarterbacks have had holes missing in their roster and have made it farther than Caleb has.
Caleb's still young in his career, but he
is.
doesn't
He's still
seem
very
to be
young
able
in
to
his career.
play in a system. Like, he has Ben Johnson as his coach, but Caleb's best plays, I think we've talked about this before, is that they're
It's
highlight
schoolyard
plays.
bullshit.
It's escapability. His only plays are the Mahomes-esque plays. Mahomes can still play quarterback when he's not diving in. Like, I don't feel like Caleb can play every down. He looks good when he can scramble and make a ridiculous play, and that's partially skill but partially luck. You know, I just play in and play out. I don't trust him to lead my team. And again, if he's on a rookie contract, maybe you can build around that. But just give me Drake. I pick Drake, man. Give me Drake, man.
Yeah.
Give me Jamar Chase.
Give me Burrow.
Yep, I'm sticking with Allen. I'm staying clear of Caleb Williams. He just doesn't got it, man. I said it last week. He will make 10 to 20 awful football quarterback plays throughout the game. And then he'll just make this one amazing throw, and you just like, I forget about everything he just did. That was the best throw ever. He was going to the Super Bowl. It's over. And it's like this, like what? The dude just missed a 2-yard out route, and you're going nuts because he threw a 35-yard touchdown off the back of his heel. Well, he's not supposed to be throwing off the back of his heel, number one. So either he was terrible at his job and didn't read it right, or the offensive line broke down and he's having to scramble. Which most of the time, honestly, if you watch, the O-line is not losing before he leaves the pocket. He just leaves the pocket sometimes.
Oh yeah, he's just more comfortable on the run. Yeah.
And
limited half the field, so I guess it's easier for him to process half the field at that point. Again, I'm not a quarterback. I don't know, but I agree with y'all.
Progression reads is something fading in today's NFL.
Yes. The Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Tom Brady's have all retired and have left a massive hole in the NFL.
Yes.
With that type of offensive play style.
Oh yeah.
It's a one read, and if it's not there, run.
Oh yeah, scramble drill.
Yep.
So,
but look, coaches are just at fault of that with the players themselves in college, because the college game no longer even cares about multi-read systems. I mean, I don't even know if there's one college team that runs something like that anymore. Now it's run and gun, spread them out. If your first guy's not there, run.
Yeah.
Options.
Check down.
Yep.
That's tough, man. That is tough though, because all the teams that's like the blueprint. Win while your QB is on his rookie contract.
Yes, it is.
That's tough.
That's why the Saints need to win now, because you're gonna have to pay Shuck when he's 30 years old.
Yep. And everybody gets paid. It don't matter. Everybody gets paid.
Yeah, but there's a difference getting your first contract at 30 and getting your first contract at 25 or 26.
Yeah, I agree with that. But what I'm saying is everybody gets paid. It's the next man up mentality. Whether they're better than the person before or not. If you're good, you seem to set the market when your time's up.
The market hasn't changed yet, though. I think we're about to start seeing running backs getting paid a lot more and receivers starting to fade and getting paid less, because the offenses have become so interchangeable with your receivers. If you're not a top 5 receiver, why pay you? I can just go get a college player and just
which is why I was surprised with Drake London contract.
Yeah, well, that's good that the Falcons are still not learning how to manage their cap.
Who's going to hire the ball?
Yeah, you got 2 left-handed quarterbacks and none of them can throw it.
That's right.
Go get Dylan Gabriel too. Throw him in the mix.
They're trying.
He'll be available.
No,
The Falcons are trying to pay everybody and win with a quarterback on their rookie contract, but they don't have a quarterback on there. Well, Penix is on his rookie contract, but he might not even start.
Yeah. And if you think about it, the Falcons have actually had a worse last 10 years than the Saints have had the last 5 years. The Falcons have been stuck in purgatory for over 10 years now.
Oh, yeah.
everybody, let's talk about how good that offense could be every year. Look at the offense they can have.
Yeah. You know, their offense would be their offense would be great if Kyle Pitts played how he was drafted, just like Dalton Kincaid.
We saw what they can do when he
That
scores
is
3
true.
touchdowns in one game.
Wait, what's that?
We saw what they can do when he scores 3 touchdowns in one game.
I'm telling you.
You get that one good game, maybe 2 good games per year, and they look okay.
That's right. You know, that could be a whole nother episode we could go into for you guys if y'all wanted it. Players who should have been and could have been, but never been.
Yeah, comment below and let us know. Let us know what y'all want to hear. Because we're at the end of the show now. So I really want to thank y'all for sticking around if you have. And you know, go check our first episode out. We're getting into the groove of this. We're starting to learn some things. So, you know, let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what you like us to talk about. We definitely will pull topics from the comments and chat with them. We're tired of relying on Brad and Dan for topics. So let's
What the hell, man?
I can talk about the Jamar Chase Brown all day.
We could go into everything.
Bengals fans,
we are-
let me know.
we're-
What do you
We're
want to talk
tired of
about?
hearing about Chase Brown. Please give us some more
Give us
topics.
some more time. Yeah, I don't care what we talk about. We can talk about window units. For all I care. Let's chase Brown.
Like and subscribe if you love Chase Brown or if you hate
No,
Chase
man.
Brown. Either
Yeah,
one.
give us some feedback.
Yeah, like and subscribe if you're still here and on YouTube or anywhere you can find us. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts. We're trying to break out. So give us a like, give us a subscribe, click that little bell
man.
button, and come up check out some more content. We'll see y'all next week.